Welcome back from the break. Recently we celebrated our children officially. Of course, we celebrate them every day because they are dear to us. But then, what are we doing to protect them? What am I doing? Or what have I done so far? What are you doing? What are individuals doing? What are schools doing? The government, what are you doing to protect our children? Because we hear stories or we see cases of abuses every day. This morning we have an educationist in the studio. He is Dr. Adamu Jato Noma. Together, we are going to be talking about strengthening the support system for the protection of children in Nigeria. Good morning, Dr. Adamu.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you very
morning,
much.
sir, and
Good
welcome
morning.
to the
Thank
program.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you very
coming.
much.
Each time I see you, I used to call you father of
Baba
children,
Yara.
Baba, aka Baba Nyara. And that is why we deemed it very necessary and important to bring you on board to talk to us on how we can strengthening this support system to providing protection for our children. So when we talk about providing protection for our children, how can we do that collectively?
In every society, whatever one does, whatever we have to do when it comes to education, for instance, it has to be backed up by some legal frameworks. In Nigeria, for instance, there are so many laws that are geared towards the protection of the child. Now, take for instance the Child Rights Act, for instance, is one of those laws. The Child Rights Act is specifically meant to protect the Nigerian child. Now, that is one. Two, the most important one is the Universal Basic Education Act of
Okay.
2004. It has taken care of everything that has to do with the child, how the child is supposed to be protected. But unfortunately, it is we, the Nigerian people, the 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 parents, the teachers, the entire society, and of course, including our government, that we are not ready to implement those laws. We have enough laws. If you follow them, Nigerian child will be properly protected. So we don't need any legal framework apart from some of these things. We make too many laws, and when we make too many laws, they become very difficult for us to enforce them. So the laws are already there, but are we doing that? Are we following the UB Act, for instance, to protect the Nigerian child? The UB Act has specifically provided the protection of any child. Take, for instance, what is the responsibility of a parent in the morning when a child wakes up? The responsibility of the parent is to make sure that the child is properly, cleaned in the morning. You bath the child, you dress him, you feed him, and then you take him to school. That is the morning. That is what the UBA Act has spelled out. That's the responsibility of the child, of the parents in the morning. Now, what happened? When the teacher, the parents take the child to the school, it is now the responsibility of the teacher now to take over and take him to the class. Take the child to the class. Once the child is taken to the class, it's now the responsibility of the teacher to make sure that the child is properly taught in line with the spelled out timetable of the day. And then it is the responsibility of the school authority to make sure that the school environment is protected, is safe and secured, so that teaching and learning processes can take place. Now, what are government policies? Government administrators, what are their own responsibilities? Their own responsibilities are they are supposed to make sure that those things that are needed to be done in the school to make sure that teaching and learning processing take place are provided. Take, for instance, the infrastructure. What of the classroom? Are they conducive? What of the sitting arrangement? Are they there? What of the instructional materials? Are they there? What of even the teachers themselves? Are they there? You see, all these, they are aimed at protecting the child. If we do that, if we do that in a day, you find out that throughout the day, the child will be protected. Now I'm just summarizing.
Yes.
Now, assuming a child, after the child leaves the school and goes back home, in some days, maybe the child may be given some assignment. He carries the assignment home. it is the responsibility of the parent to
Yes.
remind the child that
Yes.
have you done your assignment? Let me see the assignment that you were given in the school. Uh, Go and sit down, do it, do it. The parent may not even understand the assignment, but for you bringing down the child, sit down and do your assignment. For you, you pretend as if you even know what the child is supposed to do. The child will be guided, the child will be motivated, and then the child will sit down and do the assignment. And then when the child does that, then you feed the child at the right time. The child is properly taken care of. You feed the child, and then if you have any other domestic chores that you want to give the child does, because that some of those things are part of what is called that initiation. That is part of socialization at home. Now, then once you keep the child busy, the child will not be able to go out and begin to, join bad friends. It is when at home, when some of these things are not done, that is where the children have the opportunity to now go out and begin to do whatever they want to do. Sometimes, children could load from school and the parents tell them, "Oh, I'll go out and meet your friend and play ball." Play ball. Yes, the child will go and play an unguided ball. And there, so many things begin to take place there. The child comes back home and begins to behave abnormally. And then the parents begin to wonder, where is he learning them from? And so on and so forth.
Okay, so now let's talk about public awareness because do you think people are not aware of, let's say, okay, parents, guardians, teachers, the government, organizations? Do you think they are all not aware of their responsibilities? If not, where is the gap coming from? And then how does the role of public awareness come in?
I want to tell you that from my own experience and what I'm observing on daily basis, people are no longer interested.
Hmm.
People bear children and leave them. Why do we have Almajiri students on the street? Why do we have them? They were born by some people. Why are they not taking care of them?
But sir,
If you,
Almajiris have been there right from
yes,
we grew up to
yes,
meet. I grew up to meet Almajiris.
yes, that's what I'm telling you now. The people, their parents are not responsible. How can you bear a child? You have born a child, 1, 2, 3, and then you leave them. You leave them to be on their own. Then that means you as a parent, you are not responsible. So it is the responsibility of everybody. When you come to the child should always be kept very busy. If you don't keep the child very busy at home, the child, because they have a lot of energy,
Yes. A
because
lot.
they have
never tired.
A lot of energy.
you can't ask the children to sit down at home quiet. If you go home and you see your children, lying down quietly or
Something is
sitting
wrong.
down, something is wrong. The children have to be very, let me use the word loosely, stubborn at home. They'll be restless. When they eat and when they are tired, they'll go and sleep. They won't have time to begin to misbehave. But because parents are no longer, sorry, let me say, some parents, most parents now in Nigeria are no longer ready to take the responsibility of bringing their children. They don't care at all. Their children behave anyhow. Whatever they do, they don't see them. They see them that that's the modern way of life. It's just like, okay, sometimes you see parents, you see children at the age of maybe even 8, 9, 10. They can operate their TVs. The parents will be there. The children will take their remote control and change to whatever channel they want to change. And the parents will be there. Say don't mind them.
Just leave them.
Leave them their own. Leave them.
They'll say it's their time.
Leave them. Leave them. They see a lot of things. And when children, whatever they see, it kicks, it goes into, sticks into their memory, and they begin to see those things. Some they will now go out and begin to see how they can practice them.
Yes.
They may be evil, and they begin to practice them. And then children, the parents are there, they don't care with them. Or if they are maybe mature at higher level, your children, they stay in their own room. You don't know what they do throughout the day, and throughout the day, and throughout the night. So you see, in fact, I learned one Malam. One Malam was talking. He said, Muslim wake up very early around 5 o'clock to go and pray.
Yeah.
You go, you father, you wake up. You go to wake your child up, and the child is not willing to go out and say his prayer. Why? Because he's feeling lazy. Because he didn't sleep throughout the night. He didn't sleep because he was watching, doing a lot of the game, doing a lot of things, going into different media groups and so on and so forth. So he won't sleep until 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So such kind of thing, how can you wake him to go and say his prayer? Talk less of when will he wake up and get ready and go to school.
Wow.
So it is because the parents, parents, we have turned down our responsibilities. We are not doing what we are supposed to be doing.
Quickly, I want to take you back to school environment. What do you think? What educational program do you think? Because you say our children, they are too energetic, they are restless. Let's put it that way.
Ever ready.
Ever ready. What do you think? What do you think are the educational programs that we could align for these children to get them engaged and to get them aware about their rights in the society?
You see, if you go to a normal school system, they have a school program in a day. They have what we call timetable, school timetable. Right from 8 o'clock to one o'clock or 1:30 in the afternoon or three, depending on the school. Now I want to tell you that those periods there's no free period. If you have free period, maybe it's a free period to allow them go to the library and do some research and sit down and read and do some of their assignments. But the school every day is fully engaged. You have physical education, exercise where they go and play, they come back, they clean themselves. They have if it is in the lower classes, they may have storytelling period.
Yeah.
Or they have a class where you now have you do some
storytelling period.
Yes.
Do we have that now?
I don't think
know.
so.
I don't know what
I don't
is
think
still there.
so.
I don't know.
They do their story through their iPads and laptops.
So you have storytelling period. Then you have debate.
Yes.
You have interclass or intra. You have inter or intra-class a debate, or you have a quiz. You have so many activities that are organized in the school that will keep the students very, very busy in a day. But unfortunately, because of some other factors, are the teachers there to do it? Are the teachers there to keep them occupied? So you find out that sometimes children go to school, when they come back, what did you do today? They'll tell you, we didn't do anything. We didn't see our teacher. We didn't see our auntie. Why? It is true, because the teachers are not there. If the teachers are there, are they motivated? So the teachers may be there, they are not motivated, they are not ready to teach. They sit down and ask the children, well, go and play football. So you see, we are not ready to do what we are expected to do at every level. If everybody does his own responsibility at all levels, there wouldn't be any problem. Our children will be properly protected. So if you go to the school environment, the teacher may not be willing to teach because the instructional materials are not there.
No motivation.
Or his salary is not paid. Or if the salary is paid, he is owing so many. Or now, insecurity is there. The teacher is teaching, especially in the rural area.
Yes,
He's teaching, and if he sees somebody passing behind the school, his attention is there, whether the school is coming to kidnap the students or not. So he gets scared. There are so many reasons why it is not going well, particularly in our educational system.
Thank you so much for this
So the
impactful word.
collective effort.
Yes, it is. It is a collective
Thank you
effort.
so much
We
for coming,
appreciate
sir.
your time with us.
As
this morning.
always, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we have been talking on how we can deepen deepen support system to protecting our children. And our education is the father of children, like we do call him, has talked to us extensively on that. He said that all hands must be on deck. It is a collective responsibility. You play your part, I play my part, and we'll get it right with our children. Yes, we've been talking with Dr. Adamu Jeta. He is an educationist, like we said. He has told us everything. So a word is enough for a while. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll have a lot for you. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us, please.